Hi everybody, welcome to Desaru and welcome to Cycosports Desaru road race taking place on the 5th of October. Looking forward to having you here for a good day's racing. Just want to take you through a 5-minute briefing on some logistics and some safety aspects of the race. Kicking off with logistics, we've got a couple of options in terms of coming to the race itself, either via ferry or driving in on the road. In regards to ferry, we've got two ferries departing from the Changi Ferry Terminal, which is on Changi Ferry Road. They leave on the 4th of October, one's at 6 PM at night, the other's at 8 PM in the evening. Please be there 1 hour ahead of time, so 5 o'clock, 7 o'clock respectively. Just want to reinforce the fact that the ferry terminal is a Changi Ferry Road. It's not in Changi Village, it's not where you get the bumboat to Pulau Ubin. It's Changi Ferry Road, it's at the end of Changi Strait. Important you come to the right ferry terminal because it could be confusing. If you have decided to drive over to Desaru, it is a very easy drive. Come through woodlands, follow the road number 3 towards Kota Tinggi. Look for the signs for Desaru, get on the Desaru road. It's a very straight road. Once you come through over the bridge and through the toll into Desaru, just follow the signs for Lotus Beach Resort. It's pretty simple really. It's also quite easy to get to miss some of the turnings. The road signage is not the best. Please, if you have a GPS, program it in advance and try and follow the GPS to get here. When it comes to boarding ferries, we'll ask you to take your own bicycle all the way up to the ferry itself. We'll have people at the ferry to load the bikes. We've got blankets again from Allied Pickfords to protect the bicycles in transit. When we get to the other side, when we get to a port called Tanjung Balungkor, grab a bicycle, any bicycle, come off the ferry, head on through customs and immigration, drop the bicycle off at the trucks that we'll have waiting, just board one of the buses which will be there, and head on over to the hotel via the bus. So all the road transportation, all the bicycle movements are all being taken care of. After the race, we have ferries returning you back to Singapore. If you got on the 6 PM sailing on the Friday night, then you'll be on the 3:30 PM sailing on Saturday afternoon, taking you back to Changi. If you're on the 8 PM sailing on Friday night, then there's a 6:30 PM sailing on Saturday. Get up to the hotel, and then it's just simply a matter of checking in the hotel reservations and then race registration as well, at which point you'll be given your race bibs. We have secure storage at the hotel. We've got the ballroom for the whole weekend where we can store the bicycles. It'll be locked. It'll be totally secure. We'll have security on the doors. If you're coming in the morning of the race, we'd ask that you be here before 6 o'clock, please. It means a very early start for you, obviously. If you can get here for 6, come to race registration, and we'll give you all the race pack, which will include the bib number, the sticker for the seat post, and also your timing chip. When we issue you with the timing chip, we will ask for your passport in return. Reason being is more for safety than anything else, in that if you do have an accident during the race, we need to have immediate access to your passport if you need to get medevac back to Singapore. Okay, when it comes to preparing your bicycles, we'll have mechanics, tools in the ballroom. Bikes are accessible in the ballroom at any time, but we need to see your ID to get access. So there'll be tools there and mechanics there if you need any work to be done on the bike. Shouldn't be any tri-bars on the bikes, no tri-wheels, no disc wheels. Bottles should be on cages on the frame of the bike, not behind the seat, please. And as mentioned, timing chip should be on front fork, please. Okay, let's talk a little bit about the race now. We've got 3 categories of racing. There's Category 1 men's, Category 2 men's, Category 3 men's, and the women. Category 3 men and women will be racing together in the same group. Racing starts 7 AM. We're kicking off with Cat 3 and women. They'll head off first at 7. The route is in a clockwise direction, heading north through the plantations up towards the town of Sedili. Once you hit Sedili, we head south again. Brings you down on a lovely coast road. Unfortunately, very often into prevailing wind, so you want to keep some energy in reserve for the last 40 odd K, which is generally into the wind with some rolling hills. Category 1 and 2 kick off by going south. First of all, it's 20 kilometres south. small loop round and then back again up the same road, just to add on a bit of extra distance. And total distance is 162 kilometres. It follows, once you hit the come back up to the hotel, it follows the same route that Category 3 is taking in front of you. With regards to road etiquette, our normal rules apply. Please communicate with one another. The roads are okay. We've asked to get some road repairs done. There are some big holes that we've identified, some quite serious holes, which if you were to hit would cause some damage and certainly will puncture your wheel. We're very hopeful that by the time of race day that most of the holes will be filled in by the local authorities, but we've got no guarantees in that regard. So there's a good chance that there could be some significant potholes that you may have to, and that you will encounter. No sudden movements really within the peloton. Really just communicate, please. As I mentioned before, Cat 3 is heading off first. Therefore, Cat 1 and 2, it's very likely that you'll come across some back markers from Category 3. For those back markers who happen to be passed by the peloton, keep out the way, please. Even think about pulling in as the peloton's approaching. You'll hear the motorbikes coming, you'll hear the sirens, so you may want to consider just getting off the road for the 10-20 seconds it takes for the pelotons to pass. The roads are live, they're not been closed for you guys. You'll have police support, you'll have an envelope of policemen around you, 3 to 4 police motorbikes with each peloton. But keep to the left-hand side of the road, please. The northerly heading road, which is the E99, is a fast road. It's not particularly busy in terms of traffic, but the traffic that does come along there is very fast. Keep left at all times, please. The front motorbikes, police motorbikes, will be a warning oncoming traffic that you're coming. We'll do as much as we can to make sure people are aware there's a race on the day, but please ensure, can't reinforce this enough, to keep to the left-hand side of the road, particularly on the northerly heading section of the race. In regards to wheel support and mechanic support, if you do have a puncture, we've got 2 wheel bikes which are supporting each peloton. On each bike we have a front, a 10-speed and an 11-speed. If you puncture, put your hand up and the bike will come up to you just to tell them what you need, be it front, 10 or 11. We do have a limited number of wheels, 6 wheels per peloton. If you take one of our neutral wheels, we'll repair your own and we may make use of it for one of the other riders within the peloton. So it may be the case that one of your wheels get used by somebody else. I hope you respect that. It's required in the interest of good sportsmanship for all. In regards to water support, again 2 motorbikes covering each peloton for Cat 1, 2, 3 and ladies. So we have 6 water bikes in total on the route, plus an extra bike which will be roaming, plus an extra car. 2 water stops as well, one at 37 kilometres along the Cat 3 route and at 77 kilometres. And from 77 out to 120 we'll have some roaming support, both motorbikes and vehicles for everybody, including the back mark. We've got a limited number of bottles that have to go along for the whole day. Equally, we don't want to litter the countryside. So please, bottle exchange. If you are dropped, we do certainly encourage you to stop at the water stops, refill. We will do our very best to support you with water if you're a dropped rider, but sometimes it can be quite difficult picking up the isolated riders. There is a cut-off on this race at 12:30. If you're still out there at 12:30, we'll come up to you with our sweeper wagon and ask you to kind of get in. If you get dropped from your peloton, afraid it's just a matter of hanging on in there and gritting your teeth and riding it out. If another peloton comes up behind you, we do ask that you don't interfere with their race. By all means, up on the back, get a bit of draft if you like, but no helping out with any of your teammates in a lower category or even in a higher category. Okay, in regards to medical support, we've got 4 ambulances in total supporting the race this time. 3 of them will be on the road, 1 ambulance per peloton. If there's an accident, we'll determine at the scene whether what action needs to be taken. If you can no longer ride, we'll take you back to the hotel. 2 doctors will be waiting at the hotel. We've got Dr. David Bell again. We've also got an A&E specialist from Singapore joining us at the race. So 2 doctors will assess you and determine what the course of action should be. If we can treat you at the hotel, in the hospital room at the hotel, we'll do so. If necessary, we'll take you back to Singapore using the Medivac ambulance. We certainly ask you to take some responsibility for your own health. If you're feeling unwell, if you have chest pains, if you're feeling dizzy, please get off the bike and wait for the ambulance. You'll have emergency numbers if necessary. Contact us back at the hotel and we'll send a vehicle to you. Drink lots of fluid. It's very, very hot. The roads are very exposed. Make sure you keep hydrated at all times. The finish line for the race is immediately outside the hotel, on the road, on the public road. It's a slightly downhill finish. It'll be very fast. Please be safe. If you are a trailing rider, get out of the way if you hear the peloton coming in. They'll be coming in at immense speed. It will be a very fast finish. I'm not so sure it's going to be such a big bunch finish right enough because it's a long haul. But it will certainly be fast, so please be sensible and safe on the finish line. Once you're back, change, cool down, head on over to the Seaview restaurant. There's a buffet lunch served from 12 o'clock. Beers are on your own account. Some soft drinks will be made available, but any beers or wine are to your own account, please. Lunch is included in the ticket price, so sit back, relax. At 1:45, hopefully thereabouts, we should have prize giving, and prize giving over and done with in half an hour. 2:15, end of the day, and then first bus will leave for the Tanjong Balunka ferry terminal for departing ferry at 3:30. Those that are on the 6:30 ferry, just relax, sit down the beach, chill out, grab a drink, enjoy yourself, enjoy the facilities of the hotel, and all that's left to be said is have a good day, enjoy yourself. All feedback welcome after the race, and thanks once again for joining us.